I hate this truck. Now, hate is a strong word, but there are things about this truck that I thoroughly dislike, and it makes me not enjoy driving it. This is my 2010 Ford Ranger with a Mercedes turbo diesel OM606 swapped into it that I built a few years ago. And I never really drive it, so I listed it on Marketplace. But after all of my years of hard work of building this truck and somewhat enjoying it, it was really hard for me to let it go. So I decided to keep it and to fix what I don't like about it so that I will enjoy driving this and want to drive it more than I do now. So I've decided it's not time to give up on this truck. And if you've watched our other videos, you know that we've already started on version 2.0 of this truck of improving things so that I do want to drive it and enjoy it. And we already have the bed swapped out on it, and we still need to finalize that project. But that was the start of version 2 of this truck. So I did swap the step side. I've always loved step sides, and I absolutely love how it makes this truck look with the wheel and tire package with the step side. I know that it's not everybody's cup of tea, as they have shared on the previous video, and if you want to watch that video of how we swapped this on here and taking the fleet side off, putting the flare side on, please check out our other video. It's more in depth on that. But we do have the step side on here, but that gives us a laundry list of things to change now that we have that. With the previous bed setup, it was kind of rusted out up front, so I had some access for battery cables to come in and the battery in the bed. I may still put the battery in this bed, but I want to do it more cleanly since this is a southern bed and I don't want to chop it up any more than necessary. So that also gets us to our fuel cell, because the access previously was a giant hole in the floor of the bed to be able to fill this truck. Maybe something a little bit more clean for this bed. As well, we had a famous side exit exhaust teardrop on the previous bed, and it rattled and it absolutely annoyed the heck out of me. So we need to come up with some other exhaust solution, whether that be a hood stack or a hood dump, or maybe a full exhaust out the back and come out like a normal person would out the side. I don't know. That's kind of undetermined on where that's going to go. It depends a lot on access with the trans and the frame rail, and there's a lot of variables that go into that. But we also have to fix our two-tone, two-color issue. This is a factory green color from like a 2001 Ranger that this bed came off of. This is the vinyl over the white of the original Ranger, and so we need to pick a color, and we need to either paint or vinyl wrap the entire truck so that everything is matching, give it a fresh look. Then that will finish off the step side conversion. All right, so I would say this is probably the biggest thing that bothers me about this truck, because it directly influences how I drive and my connection to the truck. And that would be the transmission, the shifter setup. When I built this truck, I put a CD009 in it, which is adapted to the OM606 with an adapter plate. But with the factory CD009, it's a very long transmission, and the factory shifter, or even a short shifter for that factory location, which is actually behind the transmission, I would essentially be shifting pretty much in the middle of the cab or right at the back of the seats. Obviously, I wasn't interested in that. That's very uncomfortable. And I wasn't really interested in a remote shifter to bring it forward, especially with it being a 6-speed and how the gear layout is. I didn't really want to figure that out. Hindsight, maybe I should have, but then you kind of lose a bunch of floor space. There's a bunch of cons to that. So I decided to go with a mid-mounted shifter that actually modifies the transmission and the shifter linkage and goes into the service plate that's about midway through the transmission. And that's what gives us our shifter location that we have today. The downside to that is I've had nothing but issues, whether it be shifter stuff running into the case of the transmission or not being able to reach gears. I've clearanced everything. It still finds ways to kind of make it a pain to get into, especially 5 and 6. Pretty much for the first year that I drove this truck, I didn't have reverse, 5th or 6th gear. And I've had a couple of different times I pulled the transmission out and clearance more of the case past what the instructions for the shifter even said to do. And I've been able to find 5th and 6th and even get reverse, so I don't have to push the truck anymore. But it's super annoying. I don't really like the feel of the shifter, and I've just kind of lost all trust in it. So I granny shift this thing, and what's the fun in that? So I really want to change the transmission. Now we could stay manual and go with say a T56 with like a truck mounted shifter that's like mid trans. We could do like a sequential or something really fancy that like completely exceeds the cost of the entire truck in just the transmission. Or we could do something that's been pretty popular these days, which is an 8 HP swap, which you can have like a sequential mode. You can also have a manual mode. You can have a full auto. So when I just want to cruise and just have an automatic and it do it all for me, there's that mode too. So that really intrigues me. That would come with a bunch of other changes that would actually finalize some other things that we'll get into on the rest of the truck. And I think that it would completely change how much I enjoy driving this truck and the driving experience, obviously. So I'm really pushing towards that and selling off the setup that I currently have. It may suit somebody else much better than it suits me. There are adapter plates to adapt that, like AHP up to a 606, and then we can do some other modifications and hoping that gives us more room for, say, the exhaust or other things in that area. So my biggest problem with this truck and driving experience is the transmission. So I'm really pushing to get that changed out so that I enjoy this more. We need to finalize some things I've just never finished on this truck. I've never had a tachometer in this truck. I've always shifted based on the sound of it. So I have no idea how many RPMs I have. So I would like a tach, and I'm sure the automatic trans or whatever I should swap into here to fix the trans issue, that would be nice. So we need to finalize that. We need to finalize a couple other gauges, make sure the speedometer has never been fully calibrated. So I need to calibrate that. And just small little things here and there that just need to finalize and make the truck more finished and more enjoyable. All right, and there's a few things I want to change under the hood of the truck just to make it more serviceable and also tidy things up in here, finalize some things. We have some issues with like the upper radiator hose is a little close to the serpentine belt, so they make contact sometimes, and so we need to fix that and just finalize some stuff that I've never finished up in here. And also we were sent out a very nice intake manifold from Diesel Pump UK, so we appreciate them. This is one of their cast intake manifolds. It's going to make our intercooler piping route a little bit differently. It's also going to give us better access to the injection pump when we want to service or if we want to tune this thing. If we want to put it on the dyno and tune it, we'll have better access to be able to do that. So very thankful for them to send that out to us. We have a lot of their parts on this truck, including the injection pump, the trans adapter, and multiple other things. So if you want all the details on that, check out our first overview video of this truck, and we go through all the products that we've gotten from them and our experience with that. So that's what we need to tidy up in here, get the new intake manifold on, get a couple other things finalized. All right, so we do appreciate everybody's patience with seeing this truck. We know that a lot of people have been asking where the Ranger is. If we still have the Ranger, completely understand. This is the first time today that I've started up in 6 months, and I miss it, and I'm ready to work on it. We have been working on our other projects. We have the X5, that's my daily, that's just a driveway ornament right now, so we need to finish that. We've also built over the winter the Drift 335D turbo diesel drift car, and we have multiple other projects that are going on right now. And this one has just not been in the top 3 priority or even top 10, unfortunately. But we are excited for what this truck is going to become and that we can enjoy driving it more. We just need to finish these other projects so that we can have time and mainly the funds to be able to do this truck right and not cut corners and be able to get proper products, good quality products that allow us to enjoy this truck, to enjoy driving it, taking it to shows, and making more content with it. And hopefully all of those changes are going to make it into a truck that we just absolutely love and we're driving all the time. And if it doesn't, or if we're craving more, well, we have plans for that too, and we may just need to change a lot about the truck. So I'm excited for where this truck's going to go and what's to come for this truck. I'm excited to share it with you guys. And if you are liking what you see, we do have multiple other projects, as I said, we're working on. If you want to check out the playlist that we have for the 335D, show that car some love. That was a long project over the winter that took up most of our time, and we weren't able to work on this truck, and maybe that upsets you, so you're not going to go watch that. But you could also check out our X5 build and how we're coming along with that. We also have the tow rig, which is a 6-liter Power Stroke. I know that some people like. So check those out. If you like turbo diesel stuff, don't forget to subscribe. And definitely subscribe, hit that bell icon if you want to see what's to come with this truck and what we're going to build it into. And we appreciate everybody's patience and support, and we'll catch you on the next one.